my dear crafters, today I have another tutorial on how to make sturdy notebooks, and today I am also going to, let me just quickly show you, this is the one that we're making together today, and as you can see we have this beautiful sleigh. Then this is a new die that I'm going to feature today. It's by Spellbinders and it's called Delivering Joy. I'll have the link below for you. And this is what the die puts together. When you put it together, you have a whole bunch of options of gifts here, a lot of decoration like this tag and this beautiful sleigh here. So we're going to look at this at the end of the video. I'm going to show you how to put it together, and we're going to begin by looking at the die itself. But the tutorial is about how to make this beautiful notebook. And what we do is we use one of these from the Dollar Tree. These are the notepads that they have with 100 sheets, and we're going to turn it into this. So we have a pocket here with the little, in this case I just have a little tag. You have this over here, that's the one we're making today. And let me show you this other one that I made. This was the first one that I made, and my closure here is with an elastic. I've been using this closure now, it's like my favorite one. And again, we have a pocket, we have this here, and I'll teach you how to make this replaceable, because you want, since it's a sturdy one, you want to make sure that you can replace your notepad. Okay, so that's the beautiful tutorial we're going to look at today. And yeah, let's move to the tutorial. So let me just give you a quick look at what the die set looks like. It's called Delivering Joy Sleigh. And if you're interested in seeing how we put this together, I will do that at the end of the video. Okay, for now, let's move to the tutorial. So here is what you need to make the cover. That's the first thing we're going to make. The piece of paper that I have here is 11 inches by 8. So this is going to be the paper for the cover. So we're going to have, you're going to need 2 pieces of chipboard. This one is medium weight. I'll have the link to everything. And the size of these 2 chipboard pieces here are 6 3/4 by 4 1/4, so 2 of those. Okay, I'll have the measurements below, and of course we need the spine. The spine is the same height, so 6 3/4, and it's 3/8 of an inch, which is, and this is how you know, the same measurement as this. Okay, so the side here is 3/8 of an inch, and that's what we need as a spine. So this is how this is gonna go, right there. And what I like to do is to start right in the middle. So let's do that. It's always hard to get. And I'm going to use here double-sided tape, because this avoids bubbles, because it's a pretty big piece. When I make minis, then I use just regular liquid paper. But with bigger ones, I like to use double-sided adhesive. The only disadvantage is that you don't have a wiggle room. So if you make a mistake in terms of positioning, you are in bad shape. So I'm going to use my board here to just let me know where the middle is. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So 11, so 5 1/2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 1/2 will be right here. So I'll just do that, leaving the same distance for the top, and there you go. So you can do that, and then you just make sure that the distance here, guys, is, let me just get the distance that I usually leave is about 1/8 of an inch. So this is the distance here. So we have a 1/4 there. Let me get my pointy thing. So 1/4 here. So this distance here, 1/8, okay? So half. If you look at the quarter, this is kind of crooked, a little bit crooked here, so I'm just gonna move there. So I'm going to just get all of these off. It's gonna take a while, and we'll be back, okay? I don't want the video to be too long. So I already positioned one, and I just want to show you how a pointy thing like this really helps get this. It's so hard sometimes to remove these tapes, but if you use something like this, it makes it really easy. So you see the glue here, and I'm just going to, I'm just gonna turn it like this to make it easier for me. And there you go. So we have all sides glued, and now what we need to do is just cut here. I'm just gonna cut a little bit off here because I think it's a little too thick. Yeah, so maybe I think 10.5 will be better. I mean 10 3/4, okay? Not 11. I'll have all the measurements below, and I'll correct this because this is a little bit too thick. You don't need all of that. So they're perfect now. We are going to work the paper first. We're going to, okay, I'm gonna get this. Let me show you the distance. We're going to cut the corner here like this. And again, here you're going to leave a distance that is more or less 1/8 of an inch too, okay? No more than that, no less. I already do this a lot, so I don't need to measure, but just so you know, because I know this is a tricky one. Sometimes we don't know how big of a distance we should leave. I'm gonna cut a little more here. And there you go. So we have the corners. And always, I often say this, and I always will, because sometimes when you fold this, and this paper is a little thick, I usually don't use cardstock, but I really love this one. So in order for the paper not to crack, work it, okay? Do what I'm doing here, because you are slowly breaking the fibers, so it doesn't crack your paper. If it's a very thin one, you do not need to do this, but in my case here, it's kind of thick. So I'm going to work it a little bit so it doesn't crack the corners. So there. This really helps. It's a very small detail that makes all the difference. You will never crack your paper if you do this, because you're telling the paper, this is what I'm gonna do, get ready. By the way, if you're interested, this is the paper that I'm using. It's beautiful. I've bought it, I don't know, last year. Yeah, last Christmas. I believe it was at Joann's, I don't remember. Either that or Hobby Lobby maybe. So there you go. We're going to use, just for the sake of the video, we're going to use liquid glue, okay? But you can use double-sided adhesive too. So let's do that. And I'm going to do just, I usually do like the long sides first, and then I cover the rest, the sides, okay? So I've finished all 4 sides, and now I'm just going to help again the paper here in the middle to let it know that we are going to fold you, my friend. So like this, so it doesn't crack, just work it up a little bit. And I use my bone folder too to help it. And now we're going to glue the inside part. This paper is 8 3/4 by 6. Let me just make sure, no, 6.5. 8 3/4 by 6.5. That's going to be the inside part. And I'm going to use, again, I usually, for bigger things like this, I would use double-sided adhesive again, but I just don't have enough. I need to buy some more. Again, to avoid the bubbles. But what I'm going to do is to just make sure there is a lot of glue here, especially in the middle. That's where the bubbles really take over. So make sure you get enough glue everywhere. Here in the middle. But if you use double-sided adhesive, it would be fine. It will be fine, okay? It will be better because, and then make sure it's aligned. See the perfect. It's really, you don't have to use double-sided. See, no bubbles, nothing. But you have to make sure you put a lot of glue. So there's done. That is done. I'm going to do the side pocket here. I already cut with my envelope punch board. You can use like a paper punch or just your scissors, just to have an indentation here to make it easier. And the size of this paper here for the pocket is 4 3/4 by 3 3/8. And we're going to, you can just, if you make it smaller, you can just glue the sides here, but I like to give it a little bit more space. So we're going to, let me just zoom in for you. We're going to score it on the sides and the bottom on 3/8 of an inch, okay? So that's, here's 1, 2, 3, 3/8 of an inch, and then we're going to turn this top here. We're not going to score because we don't fold that, okay? So there we go. That's finished. So let me just zoom out a little bit. It's a little bit too, I don't know about you guys, but I don't like when people zoom in the videos too much. There is like a comfortable distance, I guess. I could not find my scissors, so this side here, I like to just cut at an angle here a little bit. Like that. Okay. A little bit at an angle. And the way you glue this, because you want to make sure that you fold the sides and you glue the bottom over the sides. So that's finished. I found out that my camera was overheating. That's why the light was kind of weird. But anyway, we have the pocket now, and we're going to place it right here on the left. So we'll have the left side will be done. Oh, here I forgot that I usually cut at an angle too. In here, let me just do that. Oh, glue, our very close friend, but sometimes I find like it's an enemy. It gets everywhere. It really bothers me when it gets all over my hands. Guess I shouldn't be doing paper. So there you go. We're going to just place it right here on the corner. Perfect. You have some space here, but that's good because this is going to fold. I like to use my bone folder just to help it in place. So we're done with the left side, and now we're going to decorate our book, our little notebook, okay? So basically here, let me just zoom out for you. So see, we have very sturdy, very nice, all done. So we're going to take care of this side here, which is basically decorating our notepad. So we'll put that aside, and we're going to get the paper for the notepad, which is this one here. I'll just turn on my light. I think would be safe now, hopefully. So we'll see how my camera decides. Okay, good. So this paper here is, let me just see, 4 inches by 8. And what I do is, this is 4 by 6, so we have 2 more just to go around like that. So I usually just do this. I'm going to turn it around, and we're going to use again our liquid glue. I don't need to show you how to make a tag, but I made a tag that says Joy to the World, and I use my faux stitching that I love. And this is gonna go here. And now the last thing we need to do for the internal part of our book, of our cover here, is to use the belly band. Why do you use a belly band? Because I want to be able to replace this so that the person can buy some of these. And actually, when I have craft fairs, I usually have some extra of these, so if people want to buy, that would be good. So I want to make sure that this will be replaceable, so you use a belly band for that. And I'll show you, just gonna press it here. It's just a piece of paper, and this one is 9 inches by 1, and we're going to glue this piece here, and that's going to go right here on the top, because then if you do it like this, your customer or your friend, whoever gets it, will be able to replace it and just slide it off. And with this belly band here, you'll be able to slide it off like that and replace it, because it is going to last a long time since it's chipboard, right? So you push it all the way up so that you know where you're going to position it here. And just so you know, we have two options. We can put the pen here on the top or at the bottom. So the other one I had at the bottom, so this one I'm going to put the pen right here. So I'm going to put some glue on the belly band only, of course, because you don't want to glue. And I'm gonna go right here at the bottom, right on the edge, so that I have space here on the top for the pen, okay? So I'm gonna go all the way to the top. And what I do is I close and I push it in, just to make sure that it's right here, that it's where it's supposed to be, okay? So we don't want too much glue here. Perfect. And now I'm going to slide it off. See? Since you have the belly band here, you'll always be able to just put another one. And this I'm gonna put away. So we have this ready. The last thing we're gonna do is I just got a piece of paper. This is, let me see how wide this is. 1.5. And just roll it up on your pen. I will have the link to this pen. This is the best pen I've found online, guys, because it's the size, it's very small, and even for post-it notes it would be great. It's 4 inches. So even for post-it notes, you'll be able to use it because it's so tiny. And this is gonna go right here. So basically, I already know that this fits, and I'm just going to kind of flatten it a little bit just so I can put some glue. And you can also use double-sided adhesive here. Just make sure that you have enough. I'm gonna put this back in just to see the space that I have, okay? Because you don't want it to be wrong. So I have this down here. Just gonna position it right kind of in the middle, because this needs to a little bit more to the right, because I want this to hold, okay? To hold in place like that. So yeah, so just hold it in place, press it and hold a little bit, and once it's glued, you're good to go. You just add your beautiful pen. I'm just trying to be careful here. There you go. Have your pen on the top. The other one that I showed you had it at the bottom. This one I'm not, because the paper is busy enough, I'm not going to use anything else here to decorate. So basically we have, this is ready to go, see? Looks great. And now the last thing we're going to do is just add our decoration, which is very simple. We have the Spellbinders dies here that I showed you. We're just gonna glue it. Gonna put some glue everywhere here. especially on the sleigh. And that's that. We're done with the book. I'm just gonna add some more here. There you go. I'm just gonna move this away. And we're going to have this going down like this. Press it down. I already put this layer together. Look how beautiful that looks. And we're also going to use another die. It's also by Spellbinders. It's this one here. These are some sentiments. Let me tell you the name of this die. So here's the other die that I'm going to use here. It's called Handmade Sentiments from the Handmade Holiday Collections. I'll have the link for that. And it has three options. One is Delivering Joy. The other one is Merry Christmas Wishes and Happy Holidays. And it comes with a banner that you cut it in. And I used some silver paper. See, and I use some silver paper so it shines. It's a great die to have for your Christmas in July and for your Christmas projects, because it's really pretty and simple, pretty, and it gives you three options. So we're going to use this one here, and that's the decoration. I usually don't glue all the greenery because I like it popping like that. We're going to glue this together. So we have finished our project for today. And before I finish, I realized that the reason why the other one I had actually, let me just open this, actually put the pen here is because it's really hard. You can do it. You can take the pen off and kind of push this down a little bit and change this. And that's the whole point of having these, see, slide in and out. But it's really hard. So I said you can do it either one, but I would not put it on the top because it makes it hard to just pull it up and replace this pad. Okay, so always do it at the bottom. So this is our project for today. We're finished with our beautiful notebook, and again, you can just see the way you do it is just pull this off and you have to press this down, so you don't want to be doing that. So that was an idea I gave, but I'm taking it back basically. So thank you so much for your time, and I will be coming up with a new class on at least 5 different ways of closing your books. This one is going to be a table one, so I'm not going to close this one. This is actually for me. I need one like that on my table, but this is a new way that I have been closing my notebooks. You've seen me over and over again doing different kinds of closures, so I am coming up with a class that teaches you how to close it this way with elastic and many other ways. So you have everything in one class, and I'll let you know here in the channel when it's done, okay? And if you want to see me assemble this die set by Spellbinders, just stay here. And for those of you who go, thank you so much for your time. So for those of you who are going to buy the die and need to see how to put it together, let me just show you how simple this die is, because these are all the pieces that it cuts. There isn't much to do. Once you put these two together, you can either cut it alone like this or with these stitch details. And what it does is, if you want to do that, you just add it like this on your cutting machine, and it will come like this. I mean, I don't see why anybody would do it without. What I use the other one for sometimes, it's just to add another layer on the back, just so it's flat, because I often use some kind of paper, any color, doesn't have to be metallic, because then it shines through. See, you see, it's just a detail. You don't have to do that. But anyway, this is that. All you need to do to finish your sled or sleigh, right? So you put some glue here, and you get this little part, Place it right on the top. Align this part here, which is like this little round circle, and that's that. You're done. This is the top, and now the bottom. You already cut this part here, and what you do is put some glue just here. That's all you need. A little tiny bit of glue, and I'm just gonna put it on in here because it's easier to place it. See? There you go. And you're done. All you need to do is just glue this part, and you have this beautiful sled. Look at that. Sleigh. Sleigh or sled? I don't know. Can Americans tell me? Because the name of the dies is Spreading Joy or something like that. I think it is Spreading Joy. Sleigh. But I think this can be called sled too. So that's that. The gifts. The end result is this, and for that we need 3 dies. One is the die that cuts, I'm going to use the big one, that cuts the gift, and then we're going to use this piece here, which is the ribbon, like that. So very easy, you just put some glue on the ribbon, and this is made much bigger. You have 4 sizes of gifts, but the ribbon is for the biggest size, because then for the other ones, all you need to do is cut. Let me zoom in so you can see what I'm doing here. So it actually shows you where to put it, see? It has like indentations. So you just place it there where the indentation is, and there you go. Very easy. And then you're going to cut all this exceeding paper, and you have it. Your gift is ready. If you want to leave it like that, some of them I do, some of them I like to use the ribbon. So the ribbon at the end looks like this, but here's what you cut. You cut these 2 pieces here, because sometimes you just want the ribbon like that, and sometimes you want the ribbon with this piece flowing. All you need to do is get these 2 pieces. You're going to put a little bit of glue in here. Let me just make sure that you can see. You just put a little tiny piece of glue here, tiny bit like that, and this is gonna go right underneath the bow, like that. And there I have it, a lot of glue on my fingers, and that's that. Very easy. So 2 options there. The flower, really, you don't need to do much. It comes with the little centers, but what I like to do, and just give you an idea, is to, instead of using the cutting die that comes with it, I use pearls. I use little pearls, and I put it on the center, because I like that better than paper. Then the sign, you're going to cut this little tag, and then you're going to have this piece here. All you need to do is just glue it on the back, and then you have that ready. So that's about it. And then of course you have all the greeneries. The greeneries, they come separated. You don't have to put it together. You're just going to place it wherever you want. So that's that for the dies, guys. Very easy. I have the link below if you want, and even if you just use this, it's beautiful enough, isn't it? You don't have to add all of that. If you just use this and have a Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays, that is good enough. If you're in a hurry, you don't want to put everything together, just use the sleigh and you'll be good to go. Thank you so much for spending your time with me, guys, and all the supply list is in the description. Thank you so much, and have a great day.